RJ Harvey, Henderson, which one do you want in 2025 if you have to pick? And can you grab both of them? The answer is yes. And the answer is potentially you winning a championship off of a near zero RB through the first two rounds. You abort zero RB, you grab these two rookies as your starting running backs, you throw Scattaboo in the mix, and you build a team off of only rookie running backs and a couple other players like Charbonnet, guys that can pop. But Harvey has moved to number 2 on my rookie rankings. Does that mean Henderson falls down? Or are they crossing streams? Are they tied? The Fantasy Football Show Harvey Upgrade Edition begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Oh, but Smitty, you said Henderson was the best running back to ever grace the earth. I love Henderson. Henderson ain't going anywhere. Henderson is not leaving.
Let him cook.
Henderson ain't going anywhere. They're crossing streams. Wait, like that. They're crossing streams, ladies and gentlemen. These two running backs are tied. And you can say, Smitty, what are we doing with the tie? The tie just means that if I'm in 2 leagues side by side and I need to make a decision, let's say I'm drafting 1.2. In 2 rookie drafts, I'm taking Hendy in one, I'm taking Harvey in the other. Harvey and Henderson and associates, baby. That's what it's all about this year. And let me just give you a little bit of a hint, a little itty bitty hinty poo for later today. There's a little something dropping.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernovas.
You get what I'm picking up? You picking up what I'm putting down?
The Jupiter men. Jupiter is so large. There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon.
It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. This man is set up so nicely to thrive. This man, RJ Harvey, and again, nothing's going on with Henderson. He stays right where he is. This is an even Steven equal plateau right here that they both sit on. But let me just go over this boy Harvey. Harvey's a monster. He's a straight up monster. And probably one of the most interesting things about Harvey, when you look at a game log like this and you see 14-16, 15-77, 226, 232. There's no like 280, 290, 300 carry seasons. We're not worried about workload at all. I mean, he only had half the work in 2022 as he was rising up, but 2 very back-to-back resume-proving seasons where he has 16 touchdowns. 16 touchdowns in 2023, not 2024. 2024, he's busy dropping 22 rushing touchdowns. 16 in 2023, 22 in 2024, 6.7, 6.3, 6.8 yards per pop. This guy doesn't know how to run under 6 yards a carry. 796, 1416, 1577. Here's the important part. This guy's going to be a receiving monster. He's going to be a top 7, top 6 wide receiver for the RB position, a receiving back in the National Football League. Even though he only caught 22, 19, and 20 passes, look at his totals. 215, 238, 267, averaging 12.5 and 13.4 a catch as a running back. Not to mention, he had 2 touchdowns receiving in 2023 and 3 in 2024. Anybody runs their mouth and yaps about this guy not being a better catcher than, let's say, a Judkins or really anybody, I'd put this guy up against anyone in terms of receiving the football. Genty, Harvey, and Hampton's up there too, but Hampton's in a tough spot right now. We talked about that on the previous show. I think he's fine dynasty-wise. I think he's fine from week 7, 8 on. I think he's a best ball monster. We're talking about Hampton. But I think there's a real chance that he's, for non-best ball, for home leagues, for your grandma league, your work league, your water cooler league, there's a chance that weeks 1 through 7, we have a little bit of the Gibbs effect, where Gibbs, during his rookie year, did absolutely nothing until week 7. I'm not saying Hampton does that. I'm saying Hampton's sharing the workload, and we come in week 7, 8, 9, and Hampton's popping off. This guy will be receiving the football like Genty, like Hendy, from day one, smacking people around, pulling in probably 40 to 50 receptions as a rookie. He scored 5 TDs. 5 TDs in under 40 catches in college. I don't want to hear a single person tell me he's not a receiving back. You don't catch 5 touchdowns in 40 catches. You don't have a long of 75 in 2024, a long of 50 receiving in 2023. You don't have a long of 80 in 2024, a long of 92 in 2023. And when you're getting only half the work in 2022, you rip off a 71-yard run. This guy lives for big plays. He's a big play monster. He runs like Bucky. We've said before on this show that he's the next Bucky, like in a sense, but not because he's rags to riches. He's actually a very well-known, well-ranked guy. But at the end of the day, when we look at ADP right now, guys, he's going in the 6-7 territory in a rookie draft. A rookie-only draft. He's going in 6 and 7 and 8 overall spots. What are we doing? We're celebrating. I don't want to change that. I just want to let my people know that he's going at 6, 7, 8. You might be okay. Right now, I think he climbs. But right now, if you were drafting tomorrow and you pick number 5, you have a gold mine in Harvey. Now, I don't know that lasts. You got to be drafting really, really soon. I've seen a bunch of people DM me this garbage from other people that are like, yeah, he's kind of like, Harvey, I'll rank him 6 or 7 overall or 8. This guy's number 2. This guy's the number 2 rookie. You're drafted right now in a rookie-only draft. He's number 2. So is Hendy. It's tied. It's rotational. I'm taking Hendy in one draft. I'm taking Harvey in another. These guys are tied for the number 2 overall rookie. What are people doing? I love it. Keep doing it. But what are people doing? What are they looking at? Who are they? What content are they consuming that makes them think that Harvey's not the number 2 overall player in a rookie draft? What makes someone think Ted McMillan you're taking over Harvey? Are you out of your mind? Who's taking Ted McMillan over Harvey? Raise your hand. Nobody. Not in this chat room. Not on my watch. Harvey is the 1.2. Hendy's the 1.2. Genty's the 1.1. End of discussion. Maybe tier break. In fact, yes. In fact, it is a tier break. Your boy's putting a tier break, and we're doing it live on the marker board. Let's mock it out. Let's get rid of the RBs. We'll keep this, and we'll adjust it around. Harvey and Hendy are now tied. They're now tied for the number 2 overall rookie. Let's throw them side by side like this. That way everybody knows it's an actual tie. We'll put a number on that later. But if we're mocking this up, and this is a mock for rookies, 1 is Genty. And you could definitely say mini tier break, dotted line tier break. Number 2 is Harvey and Hendy. Move this guy, the Chicago Bear, out of there. What are you trying to do? All right, there we go. Then there's a hard tier break. And then I believe you've got the Hampton and others. But this is how I'm mocking. And yeah, I'm still putting Hampton there. I'm going 1, 2, 3 running backs straight down the line. What do you think? What do I look like, a moron? You think I'm going to take Ted McMillan over Genty, Harvey, Hendy, Hampton? You could go wide receiver here, and technically this is 4 because we got a tie right there. 4, and then technically this would be 5. You could go wide receiver here, maybe. Maybe. I might not do it. I might still go RB. Scattaboo. I'd probably go Scattaboo. You think I'm crazy? I don't care. Scat. Then number 6 is a wide receiver. Crazy? Am I really crazy? Am I? I won't be mad. Tell me. Do I look like a moron?
Take a big lap. We don't need your head mask coming back now. Take a big lap. Take one and you don't come back.
I'm smashing the hell out of this Harvey value while it lasts. And again, reminder, little sneak peek, little early sneak peek poo right here. Here you go. Here you go. What's this? What's this?
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8.
Shh. Don't tell anybody. That's coming later. I'm still doctoring up the footage, but I'm just telling you.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernova.
I'm just telling you without telling you. Phone lines are open. Dial in. Let's talk about this magnificent monster named RJ Harvey, who lands in a Denver Bronco landing spot, which is probably the best or second best landing spot that a rookie running back could have landed in. And the thing that makes me so excited, I think, without even, talking about stats and things like that, is the fact that, look, the way Sean Payton's talked about him, a lot of words like gushing and, had to hold back. And if this guy can receive the ball as well as Payton believes he can, and if things go the way that Payton thinks they can go, this is a guy that's going to be fed. This is the next Alvin Kamara. He's 5'9", 208. You could consider him slightly on the smaller. It's the Alvin Kamara stature that a lot of people think wouldn't have translated in the NFL, 10 years ago. But this is the new running back. This is the Bucky, the Kyron, the Achan. This is the size that you want. It's a little bigger even, 208. Second round draft capital. He's picked number 60 by the Denver Broncos. The only negative thing about him is that he's 24 years old. Whereas Ziggy, how old is Trey Henderson? He's not gonna even know. No, Trey Henderson? No. Ziggy, volume 10. Ziggy, volume 10. Ziggy, how old is TreVeyon Henderson? He doesn't know. Ziggy, how old is TreVeyon Henderson? You son of a...
TreVeyon Henderson is 29 years old.
No! How old, Ziggy? How old is TreVeyon Henderson, running back for the Broncos, or for the Patriots?
From ProFootballReference.com. TreVeyon Henderson is 29 years old.
Damn it!
I'm not quite sure how.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Let's ask him another running back. Hey Ziggy, how old is Omarion Hampton? Can we do that?
Omarion Hampton was born on March 16, 2003 in Forest City, North Carolina, U.S.
Thank you. Okay, so damn Ziggy.
Alphabet and I are...
Ziggy off! Ziggy off! Let me put up his birthday. TreVeyon Henderson, 22 years old, of course, but October, so turns 23 in October. So he's a little bit older of a running back, just a little bit, than some other RBs that are like 21 turning 22. So Trey Henderson turns 23. RJ Harvey, was it March that he turned 20? Yeah, February he turned 24. And Omarion Hampton turned 22 in March. So you've got like a Hampton's 2 years younger than Harvey. Henderson's 1 year younger, roughly, than Harvey, a year and a half. And so you got this age gap that I think is going to concern a lot of dynasty owners, and they're going to say to themselves like, hey, how do I invest in a guy that's 24 years old in a dynasty, Smitty, when I've got a 22-year-old or 21 turning 22-year-old in Hampton? I get, or I'm sorry, Hampton's 22, just turned 22 in Hampton. How do I look at that 2 year difference with RBs when RBs fall off at 28 and seriously consider Harvey over Hampton? The reason I'd say that is because you're only getting like a 5-year shelf life of an RB before you start to panic anyway. And I'm not saying that Hampton, who's 22, only plays 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm not saying he only plays 4 years, but 26, 27. You're talking about if he gets a massive workload, 7 years, and you're pushing it. Even at 27, that drop-off is clearly going to be near. If he's getting massive workload, 27 years old, he's going to go a little earlier. He's going to have concern a little earlier. Not everyone's going to be a Derrick Henry. 28 years old is a real concern year for running backs that have gotten workload their entire career. I think that Harvey, when you think of Harvey playing 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, that's 5 years, okay? And that's going to get him into his second contract. I really think you're having a potential 6-year amount of time versus a 7-year. Maybe 7 or 7.5 out of Hampton, maybe 8, and Harvey gives you 6. That doesn't bother me, especially when dynasty leagues sometimes crumble in like 3 or 4 years, sometimes 2 or 3 years. A lot of people playing for second place when they're trying to be too young on the squad. This guy doesn't bother me at the age of 24. It doesn't. Would I maybe put Hampton ahead of him in dynasty? I could definitely make an argument that Hendy, Hampton, and Harvey, I'm on a 3-way tie rotation if I had the number 2 pick in 3 leagues side by side. But I think right now, if I've got 2 leagues side by side, I don't have a third. I'm drafting Harvey in one. I'm drafting Henderson in the other. And Hampton, I want to have another league so I can own him. I'm not saying he's far behind. This is crazy. This guy's stats are unreal. The thing that makes me most excited again are these longs. The 80-yard, long in 2024. The 92-yard long in 2023. The 61-yard long in 2022. The 13.4 yards per catch with 3 touchdowns on just 20 receptions. I don't think people are going to fully appreciate the fact that this man caught 20 passes at 13.4 clip for 267 and 3 touchdowns with a long of 75. Imagine if they threw to him more. And I hear people say he's not the best receiving back, but he's pretty good, get it done. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is glory right here. This man's glory. I'm excited. And he's tied. Hendy and him are my number 2 running back. My number 2 rookie running back. Tied for 2025 and beyond. Even in Dynasty. Doesn't mean Hampton's not right there. And maybe this is a soft tier break. Maybe I'm getting a little hyped. Maybe it's a soft tier break here. Maybe it's a little bit harder tier break here. And then a soft tier break here. And Hampton's right there. He's right there. But these are my 2 RBs right now. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
And then you think about, this right here. Harvey going in mother freaking 4. Does anybody think Hampton goes, does anybody think Henderson goes in 5 or 4? I'm asking for a friend. Can I get a ruling? Where's the ADP in redraft? And we don't have any yet, so nobody can spit out anything. We have no clue. We're guessing at this point. Where's the ADP of Hendy? Is it 4 or could Hendy fall into 5? Is it possible that you could get Harvey and Henderson and Hampton, all 3 of them in a redraft? Am I speaking your language here? Am I speaking your language here? What if we went in the direction of this? Let's grab these mofos and put them on screen on a fresh draft board, okay? Let's move the boys over. Actually, let's keep Mahomey there because that will look nice. That will look real nice. Let's keep Sharps here. Sharps 7 or 8. I guess 6, 7, somewhere on there. Let's take Walker off. Okay. let's throw the boys back on. And let's take a wide receiver like, let's call Hampton a mid, Harvey a mid, and Henderson a mid 5. And let's throw a mid wide receiver 1 or round 1 mid wide receiver on the board. Let's throw a little CeeDee Lamb action on the board if we dare. And let's throw a little who could we get in the middle of the second round? London doesn't really fall that late. I guess we could roll with guys, give me a wide receiver. Garrett Wilson is a little early there. I'm not taking Ladd in the second round. I'm not doing that. I don't play that game. I think we're probably looking at London could fall. Is London falling to mid-second? JSN, I like him more at the top of 3. I'm not going to put him here. Well, I love JSN, but what do we think? Do you think AJB? That's a decent one. AJB London. We'll put London because London. It depends on where our pick is, but we'll put London on here. Who is not smashing the hell out of this team? Can I get a bold Bobby to raise their hand and say that this team doesn't win championships? Lamb, London, Hampton, Harvey, Hendy, Mahomey, Uppercut, Glory. And even if you didn't get all 3, you grabbed 2. That's a squad. That's a squad. All right, dial into the show.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Woo! Woo! Vaders is Adams. Come on, bro. Adams isn't a second rounder. Come on. Ladd McConkey. Yeah, he is a second rounder, but I'm not taking him in the second round. London, almost say like it gets a little dicey in round 2 to go wide receiver in some respects. If you don't get London, you almost have to reach on Garrett Wilson potentially or go. Well, what if we did this? It's going to take some cojones, but what if we went hero wide receiver with the rookie running back? And what if we went hero wide receiver with the rookie running back, and instead of London, we take Brock Mother freaking Bowers? Like that's a crazy approach. Oh, look at his hair. His hair's wild right now. Okay, let's put him right there. Okay, so we got Brock Bowers, Harvey, Hampton, Hendy, Mahomey, Sharps, and Lamb. We probably have to go different quarterback shopping. Let's say we went, we'd have to figure something out, but that's a hero wide receiver with the rookie running back twist. Woo! Okay, phone caller from the, let's see, where are you calling from? You're calling from the 520. What's your name and where are you calling from? Tucson? Or, no?
Yeah, this is Theo.
Theo, where are you calling from, Theo?
Theo from Illinois.
Illinois. What's
Chicago.
up? What's up, my boy? What can I do for you?
Yeah, so I got Harvey at the 15 overall pick in my rookie draft. And then Hampton went 102. So for my future rookie drafts, would you be trying to trade down from the 102 to get Harvey?
Here's
if you think he's going to fall?
Great question. If you're drafting like right now, I think I moved down a little bit, but I'm not taking grave risk, bro. All it takes is one person to be like, I've got to steal the draft RJ Harvey at 4, and you're like, well, you know what I mean? I'd be tempted, but at the same time, bro, I don't know. I'm definitely not taking Harvey 2 right now. If I'm drafting today, I'm moving down to like 4 or 5. I'm not moving to 8. I'm not moving to 2.1. Like, you're talking about drafting with grandmas or elderly and in comas at a nursing home like you had where he's in the second round. But I am witnessing a lot of people sending me screenshots of some Mickey Mouse content that people are creating out there where they're like, RJ Harvey's, 7 or 8 overall. Like, so yeah, you can get him. I think what's going to scare people into making him a cemented in like 6 to 10 or 5 to 10 versus a 1 to 4 is 24 years old. The dynasty community is so hell bent against older players, especially running backs. They are going to there's going to be enough people that have a problem with this 24-year-old age than that they're going to push that ADP a little bit. But the problem is all it takes is 1, 2, or 3 people that like him in each league that have the right draft slot that are going to mix things up. Because, look, you have the 4 overall pick you can't trade. What are you going to do, pass on Harvey and then not get him? If you love him, you're going to take him. So, that's
what I'm saying, though. But my drafts, the people in my leagues are oftentimes sheep who only like wide receivers and that, as you said, don't like old running backs.
So what pick do you have in this scenario? 1 point what? 1.2?
I have 1 point. Well, I'm on the clock right now with 1.4 in one of my leagues.
Uh-huh.
And I know for a fact that I don't even think he'll get drafted in the first round.
That's up to you. If you believe you know your league well enough, I wouldn't move into the second round though, bro. If you want to go down to like 1.8,
to like
1.8, and but if you're not getting significant value that's worth the risk, why do it? You know when you make that draft pick in your draft where you grab like some guy you don't even really want, and you're like, I'm gonna grab my cuff later, and then your cuff goes, and you're like, what? Why'd I do that? The guy that I took wasn't even that important. Like I could have lived without him. Now I gotta go through the season without my cuff, like Sharps. You know, like make sure you're not making that grave mistake where you're sitting there going, but if you could get like an additional piece of some kind that's significant, but if you're talking about, I'm going to gain an extra third rounder or someone's going to give me the 2.9 to move down, I just take my guy. If someone's giving you something significant, bro, like let's say you're moving from the 1.2 or 1.3 to the 1.6 and somebody's willing to, like in the real NFL draft, overpay, like a massive overpay, like you can turn a James Cook into a Bucky Irving in conjunction with that, because they're like, I like James Cook, and you can like something like that. Sure, you can turn a QB7 into Pat Mahomes, who people have like as QB6, who you might like as QB4 or 3 or whatever. Sure, you can turn a tight end like, I don't know, Kelsey into Laporta, and you make that move. Like those are things that I would take the risk on. But if you walk away with a third rounder or something because you're just trying to get any kind of value at all, why is that worth the risk? It's not.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like right now, I have a offer to send away Hampton for Henderson and Godwin.
Yeah, but see, I don't know if that's doing it for me, bro. Like who's Godwin replacing in your lineup? Like, do you have another player that's close to Godwin? I don't know. I don't
like Keon Coleman.
I don't know. I like Godwin. I do, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that does it for me. I think that's something that.
But wouldn't you say you prefer Henderson over Hampton? So then, if you wouldn't trade Hampton for Henderson and Godwin,
I'm not, bro. I don't think you're listening to me. I'm saying I don't want to take the risk. It's not that I don't.
This isn't a league that a draft already happened though.
Oh, it already happened?
Yeah, I have like a ton of leagues.
Okay, I would go for a different player just because it's dynasty. Godwin's older. He's injury prone. It still almost doesn't like. I like the idea of doing this trade. But I would make it a trade where it looks like you are taking a bath on the running back swap, and because you are in the eyes of the regular world, bro. Going from Hampton to Harvey is like getting kicked in the sack 2 or 3 times. So you getting Godwin doesn't do anything for me. I'm not saying I'm not still going quietly like
Henderson
or either one because they're tied for me. So either one. I think you need to get something majorly significant. Otherwise, it's like you trading a $100 bill in for, a $50 bill is still good, but that's what the value is. Even if the $50 bill someday becomes, it's kind of like, let me use stocks as an example. You're trading an Apple stock for a whatever stock, and the Apple stock is worth 500, and the whatever stock is worth 250. but the 250 stock will be worth 1,000, and you know that for a fact. You can't just swap it down. So you got to be really, really careful.
Right.
Get the most value. Don't play your hand and show people that you think they're close. You got to make it look like, why am I going to downgrade to Hendy? Why am I going to downgrade to Harvey? Harvey's 24 years old, bro. You know, play that off. Henderson is a year and something older than Hampton, so you got to play that card. Be like, bro, I'm giving you a 22-year-old play. He just turned 22 years old. Like, you think I'm going to trade that for Henderson straight up, even though you like it? You got to get more. Godwin's not enough. Not in Dynasty. There's too much risk. I like him. I'm going after. Yeah. What else does he have? Can you look at his roster real quick?
Yeah. Let's see. He has Waddle, Olave, Rice, Downs.
Right. Rice is good. Rice is good, bro. I like that.
I just don't think he would do that though.
Hendy. Well, I mean, you're giving him Hampton, bro.
Yeah.
Hendy plus Rice or Hampton. Guys, what do you think on that? He might say no, but like, you got to play hardball, bro. You got to be like, I got a 22-year-old player. You got a 23-year-old player or turning. And then, you know, Rice is going to get suspended. He's coming off an LCL injury. Don't use that. Say he's coming off a major knee injury. And you're taking a risk on this Rice piece right here, but this is solid. I'd take Harvey or Henderson. I know he doesn't have Harvey, but I'd take Harvey or Henderson with Rice over Hampton. That's what I'm doing. What other players you said he had? He had Waddle. He had who else?
Waddle, Higgins, Olave.
Higgins.
Bryce Young is the Superflex League.
You guys like Higgins and Hendy? That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. That's pretty good too. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you know, if we like Hendy quietly more, I mean, that's a haul. All right, I gotta go, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Call back.
All right.
We'll be back 8 p.m. All right, later. Oh man, I just ended the phone call on Igor. Igor, call in real quickly again. I'm so sorry, bro. I hit the wrong button. Igor, dial in. Super chats. Just drafted Sampson 3.4. Thoughts on Dylan Sampson. Love that value. I love the landing spot because the landing spot is good enough for him to, you know, figure out a way to get the job someday or get enough work, and his ADP falls, tanks, and then you get him in the third round. I think that's a smash. Fernando says, any moves? Bryce Young, Achane, Dobbins, Stevenson, Puka, MHJ, Reed, Tillman, Dell, Kelsey, Ingram. 2.5. I like your team. Puka, MHJ, really good. Achane, you could use our RB. I'm not a huge fan of Young as my starter. I'm intrigued by him, but I'm not sure I'm starting. I'm going after Mahomes using Young in 2.5, or potentially a Reed, or maybe you're trying to trade like a Stevenson and Young for Mahomes. It's hard to do. Sometimes Mahomes is free. Sometimes people that have him are like, I'm not getting rid of him. Future picks with Bryce Young to get into Mahomes. I like the idea. I don't know how you're going to get Henderson and Stevenson cuffed together without giving up like a future first rounder and something. J.K. Dobbins isn't even on a team, so how do you do this? He's got to take stabs. Can you get rid of multiple first rounder and multiple picks, like second, third, first, to get a Bucky, to get a Breece Hall? Bucky, Breece Hall, and Kyron in Dynasty are cheaper than they should be. Bucky's the most expensive, but Hall and Kyron are both going in the late three area in redrafts, so you can imagine they're even cheaper in Dynasty. So Fernando, I'm making those moves. Appreciate you. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Fernando. And Benji just got offered Josh Allen for my Knicks plus 2.4 and 3/3. and 2 fourths. Let me just get this straight. Those are rookie picks. We've had a couple people ask questions like this, and they're like keeper picks, and the second rounder is really different than the 2.4 rookie pick. Yeah, Josh Allen, like seconds and thirds and fourths. That's like sidewalk change, bro. I like the 2.4. You could land. Look, you just got Dylan Sampson in the third round, but that sidewalk change thrown up against Knicks to get Josh Allen. You take Josh Allen and you smash. And if this is a super flex, this is a smash. Except 12-man super flex, bro. Let me just put it this way: I'd give up Knicks and maybe 2 future first rounders for Josh Allen, and you're giving up seconds and thirds. I'd at least give up 1 future first rounder. No Judkins love taking over for Chubb. No Judkins love. What do you mean taking over for Chubb? Chubb wasn't even a factor. Not to mention he's in a running back by committee. Go watch my video on Judkins and Sampson and Najee and Hampton. But it's not that there's no love. He's in a committee, and there's concern that he's going to be one-dimensional. But you could definitely say that it's no love, I suppose, if you think he's the running back 2 or 3. But I think I'm giving him the proper respect, Charles T. But like him more than me, it's fine. I'm not telling you to take a lap on it, but there's definitely concerns that Judkins is going to have a lot of the wide receiver work taken from him from Dylan Sampson, who the team came out and publicly said that's his receiving ability. Dylan Sampson is untapped, and that Judkins is a grinded out between the tackles guy, clearly stating that it's a 2-headed monster, a 1-2 punch, and that limits Judkins a lot. Cam Scataboo, get out of my way to the moon, says Casillo. Casillo loves Scatty. I love Scatty. We all love Scatty. Scataboo to the moon. The Giants landing spot's amazing. Igor, sorry to hang up on you earlier. Real quickly, Igor, what can I do for you? And then I got to go.
No worries, Smitty. Yeah, quick question. I have a solo draft right now, and I'm like 3 picks away in the 5th round, and I'm trying to get both Henderson and Harvey because ADP is still old, right? Henderson is about 55, and Harvey is about 100 ADP. So I was thinking to go with Henderson first. This is redraft league.
Yeah.
So just wanted to ask you which one would it matter, because I like Harvey a little more, but based on ADP, I think if I get Henderson, I would have a chance to get maybe Harvey in the turnaround.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this could change by the minute because everyone's, creating content off of the draft, the post-draft content. So, but it seems to me that people are Mickey Mousing this thing right now. I'm literally getting sent these. I can't watch other. I don't want to watch other people's content. It sounds like it's awful. It sounds like an awful experience. But people send me these stupid screenshots where these people are actually creating content, and they're saying that Harvey's like number 6 or 7 or 8 overall for rookies. I don't understand. I don't understand how people don't see this. And yeah, he's 24, but everyone's getting so wrapped. I've been creating Dynasty content before these people creating this content were even sharding in their diapers. Okay, so I understand Dynasty. I understand age better than anybody. And Harvey at 24 years old doesn't scare me because you're getting him right now fresh. He's going to go through his rookie contract. He's going to get that next rookie contract, and he will. And then he'll probably be on borrowed time. But 4 to 5 years is a long time in Dynasty. And Dynasty leagues crumble about worse than divorce rates. So, like, in a redraft setting, and you're in a redraft, Hendy and Harvey, yeah. I can't imagine Harvey climbing over Hendy if Hendy's, it seems like, leaps and bounds ahead of Harvey in Dynasty data. So,
right.
Yeah, I would take that chance if I'm you because I like him even anyway. So take the chance that gives you the best shot at getting both of them. Smash.
Thank you, sir. The only thing is, I also has Gentry. I drafted him in the 1st round, but you think it's okay to have 3 rookies, right?
Well,
in the redraft.
I mean, what are we looking at here, bro? This is a redraft take right here. Lamb, Bowers, Hampton, Harvey, Hendy. We went through this a second ago. This is redraft. This is an dynasty. Yeah. So, yeah, this is redraft. Hampton in the 3rd in redraft, Harvey in the 4th, Hendy in the 5th. Best running back strategy I can think of at the moment, at least. It excites me. All right, bro. Got to go. Later.
Thanks a lot, Smitty.
All right. I'm out of here. I'll be back at 8 p.m. Eastern. Appreciate you all. Don't forget I'm live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm live whenever big news breaks. I go live on additional live streams whenever big news breaks. And I'm live most midnights Eastern for the Graveyard After Hours show, the After Dark show, doing it live with you, with all of you. I work for you. This is the only place where I work for you, and I'm constantly screaming at the people I work for because we do it live.